All right, here I have a Sony CDX-C680, and right now it's off. And when you turn it on, it just shows the time. And I had pushed the shift button earlier, so I'll go over that in a second. And right now it's illuminated in amber for just the source button, but once you turn it on, the numerical buttons light up amber as well. And so I'll switch the source to CD. I have a CD inside. And you can get to it by opening the faceplate. It drops. It's not motorized. It just drops. And see the CD mechanism is super strong. Just shoves that CD out. And the CD goes in really easily. So it just restarted. Anywho, so the mode button, it changes, I guess, what it looks like. That's kind of the display settings. I haven't noticed any differences with the mode. The display button just goes through different animations. So I guess there's a horse leading the different track and CD info that the CD has. And they just run back and forth, different info. And then it restarts. And you can just see track info. It shows it kind of like a decimal value. Then it has the CD information, the song title, and then the sound button lets you adjust the subwoofer. I don't have a subwoofer on right now. I will hook up the RCAs to that output though, so we'll see the sub output work. And then there's also bass. Let me go back actually, raise up the volume, see if we could see a difference in the bass or hear a difference in the bass. Yeah, so there's no bass right now. Let me turn it back up to center, treble. Balance, left, right. So I noticed the treble only affected the really, really high frequencies, no vocals really. So fader, rear, we're on the front output, so the rear would. So if I go all the way back, all the way to the rear, it will not play anything. And the volume. So here's a shift button. Turn the volume back down. So the shift button brings up these extra options, and you push the numerical button that's under it. So if you push 8, it'll shuffle on or off. Number 7 will repeat. And 4 is play mode, so intro. I don't know what intro or PGM, I don't know what those options are. There's no data, so I guess it won't affect anything. I'll just let it go back. But setup is where all the settings are at. And then you just push the arrow button, so a 5 to actually work in that option. So 5 here will increase the contrast, and 2 will decrease it. All right, and then just keep pushing setup. So turn off the beep. I don't know what RM reverse or normal is. I'll have to look that up on the manual. Loudness, low pass filter, you can turn it off, or you can put it to 80 or 120 hertz. If you want to scroll the clock, and here you can change the lighting, so now it's green, or you go back to amber. And that's it. Those are all the settings. So now I'll just go through the outputs and make sure they all work. So here we go. So now we're on the rear outputs. I don't think you'll be able to see anything at all, but those are the rear outputs. And it's still playing fine. No audio settings are changed from front to rear. And here I'm on the subwoofer outputs, and as you can tell, it's only the lowest frequencies. So basically just bass pumping out. But if I go to setup, let me go back to that low pass filter, see if that affects anything. I don't notice any more vocals. Or less vocal. Yeah, I think I kind of do hear a difference between the two low pass filters. So it looks like the low pass filter is linked to the high pass filter. So if you set the low pass to 80 hertz, then that means it'll set a high pass at 80 hertz as well, because it is allowing more frequencies. I'd have to test with a subwoofer or something. But anywho, if I go back to the sound though and go back to that sub setting, I can turn up the subwoofer and I'm getting more bass. I turn it down, I have no bass. All the bass, some bass, no bass. So all the outputs are testing out, they work fine. And it's changing the track. Oh, it's on repeat. Let's turn off repeat. Let's skip the track. All right, so those are all the settings. I'll go ahead and take out the CD before I turn off my radio. And that's it. Everything's off.